So let me begin at the beginning. Thank you very much. So we're going to look at a free tool from Google called Read Along. And just to set the context a little bit, I'm Paul Farrell. I'm the consultancy and training manager for C Learning, which is part of the Delling Cloud group of companies. I was a teacher for 20 years, worked for local authorities, worked for national curriculum, wrote national curriculum documentation and so on and so forth. And I've been with Ian and the C Learning and Delling Cloud team for 12 years now, and they still haven't found me out, so I'm doing okay. So what is Read Along? Read Along is Google's very own reading scheme. It was originally a scheme that was developed in India, and Google bought the original company and rebranded it as their own. The official line is there are hundreds of books, but I think there might actually be in the thousands now. It covers 9 languages. Estonian isn't there yet, but it is still in beta. It's still in its testing phase, so that might well change. And Google are very committed to localization, so I'm sure that Estonian will be added. It involves Dia, who you can see a picture of here on the screen, as your digital assistant that will help students as they learn to read. And as they learn to read, they gain prizes and badges. And I'm aware that currently, if I just look at the list of languages that are available, you can see that Estonian isn't there. English is. It seems to me that it's a really useful tool for someone, whether it's a young person learning to read or an adult learning to read, if it's an adoption of a second language. So if you know refugees, and we all have refugees right around the world now, don't we? In order to support them learn that additional language, this might well be a really useful tool to do that. They can do it online in their own time. It's an enormously kind of easy and quick access tool to be able to get to for them. Just a few little things about it. There is also a Read Along app, only in Android currently because we're still in the testing phase. iOS will come along later, I'm sure. But one of the nice things about the reading app on the Android devices is that teachers can create reading groups and can track the progress of the students within their own reading program. So while the students are selecting their books, the teachers can go in there and see how well they're doing. And there are on the app as well some reading games and kind of for early sort of phonics and letter sounding things and spelling games, which are really rather nice for young students to play along with to develop their reading skills. I'm just going to jump out of here now then and stop sharing that screen, and I'm going to share my other screen if that's okay, and I'm going to do a quick demonstration, and then I'm going to come back to my last slide. Where's my Read Along? And go to there, share, just so you can get a sense. Oh, I didn't share a tab, did I? Stupid man. Sorry, 1 second. I need to share a tab so I've got my audio. Read Along, there we go. Audio is turned on. Here we go. Just so you can get a sense of what it's like. So as I said, we've got Diva here.
Pick a story from these to read today.
Who gives you some indication of what you might well do. I'll just very quickly show you here are my stars. You can see I've been playing with it quite a lot. My reading is getting quite good. At the bottom here, I can see what prizes I've won. So it tells me
these are your prizes.
How I'm
Keep
doing.
reading to get new prizes.
And Dia tells me that I'm doing really well to encourage me.
Library.
If we just use this first book, here it is. It's going to load this story just so you can see how it works.
Let's read. Where is Lulu?
So I'm going to move across. Lulu, it's time to go. I need to allow my microphone. Come on, Lulu, it's time to go. Why am I not? Just checking my microphone is on, which it is. Okay, it's just behaving slowly. It's got there now. But you can see I haven't
out
said
loud. Calls.
So I didn't say the word calls. So she's encouraged me by saying it for me, and then completes the sentence. I'm going to move on. Where is Lulu? Is she under the sofa? Is she behind the banana? And again, you can see I didn't say curtain, I said banana. So it spots that.
Well done.
And keeps track
You
of
got
it.
that.
More encouragement from Lula and Dia just to encourage me to do the next bit and so on and so forth. So that just gives you a flavour of how it works. And you can see in the top right hand corner that I'm collecting all my stars as we go along. This is just for that individual book, and then when I finish, that will get added to my total score at the end. So I'm going to share this tab instead, just to go back. Oh, not that one. Share this tab instead, just to go back to my presentation, just to finish my presentation off. So, completely free reading scheme. The app allows you to add groups together so that the teacher can keep track of reading skills. And what they get in terms of the information about the reading is they get information about the accuracy, the speed, and the comprehension of the students. All the books are set by Lexile scale and by grade, and it's the United States grading system. So I don't know what the grading system is in Estonia, but in the UK, the numbering system is 1 out. So we need to adjust our thoughts when we set reading tasks there. But the other bit that's going to happen very soon, and it was already tried out, but for some reason it didn't work properly, so they've turned it off again, is you can request early access to read along built into Google Classroom. And this for me seems really exciting, that all the things that you can do in the app currently, you can do inside Google Classroom. And you can also assign tasks to be read by the students. So you can set books. You can't set books in the app, but once you've got the early access to read along in Google Classroom, you will be able to set books. And again, you'll get information about the accuracy, the speed, and the comprehension of the students inside your Google Classroom, rather than as a separate standalone app. So that for me is a very exciting development. I think that will really help. I don't think that Read Along will replace a reading scheme, even if you already have an English reading scheme that you currently use. I see it as an addition to, not a replacement of, that you would use this, you use the reading scheme you currently have, and in addition to that, add in some read along tasks as homework every so often through Google Classroom, just so that you can give them a breadth, because I'm sure that you all know that the evidence is clear that it's not about what you read, but that you read. So all reading is good practice. So to add this in as an additional resource, I think would be actually very good. So you can request early access. There's a QR code on the slide that you can zap to get you to that form. If you ask for early access to this, so you can try it, you do need a Teaching and Learning Upgrade license or an Education Plus license. It's not available on the standard fundamentals version, I'm afraid. And the person who makes the request has to be a super admin on your domain. So if your account does not have super admin access, then you will not be able to request that early access. You will need to ask someone who manages your domain to do that for you. And that is a quick fly through Read Along in Google Classroom.
Yeah, Paul, thank you for that. And I think, as with Darren and Canva, these tools are so powerful. Yet, if we don't know about them, then it's very difficult to understand them. And also, as they get integrated into Classroom, then I think question, does Read Along require a Google Workspace or account, or can you use it with your private account? I believe you can do it with your private account, can't you?
Yeah, the website readalong.google.com is now available. You can go there and have a look for yourself. I'll just go back to my homepage and share the homepage into the chat so you can all have a look at that. The Read Along is available now. The integration into Workspace, you need to request access, into Classroom rather.